So, let's see. Does anybody know what gikuri goshi is?
Yeah.
What do you say in English?
Acute lumbago.
Is that what it is?
Well done.
Yeah.
I threw my back.
Some lumbago's are cuter than others.
Well, this is a time when I had that, which means if anyone's had their back thrown out, you know that it's like, it's really hard to walk. And as Bob Brady, who we'll hear more about later on, once said in one of his stories, a sneeze is a scream. Very perfect. Anyway, I was at that's happened to me, and it happened to be at Gion Matsuri several years ago. It's the Gion Festival season. And I went up to the office very late because I was kind of nursing this back, and I had to get up there. And I get to the office, and my secretary says, there's been an accident. You don't want to hear that. There are certain things you don't like to hear in life, like guilty, clear. Clear, that's another one. But there's been an accident is not a very nice one to hear. And I said, okay, what happened? So what unfolds is that the delivery guy, the guy who delivers our cakes downtown, because our kitchen's way up north, downtown, he was coming back from delivery on the day on Yoyoyama, and he was stopped because the floats were going to pass by on Oike Street. And so he was stopped there. Hiroshi-san, he was a very innocent guy. He would just go, if someone said stay here, he'd go, okay, and he would just obey. So he was waiting in the line, and he was waiting at the street, and the firemen who were in charge of traffic control at the Gion Matsuri put up a rope and tied it onto some barriers or something. I wasn't there. The guy in front of Hiroshi, in a white Mercedes-Benz, gets out and starts to yell at the firemen, I have to get through, and there's enough time now. The floats are not going to pass for another 10 or 15 minutes. Let me go. And he raised such a fuss that the firemen said, okay, come through. And they lifted the rope up and they said, go through. And then they said to Hiroshi, go through, come on, hurry up, get through here. And they lifted the rope up enough to get over the cab of the truck, but not to get over the box, the refrigerator box. So the rope hooked onto the refrigerator box, and he just drove off, and he pulled the ropes, he pulled the barriers, and he knocked over 3 people.
Oh no!
One was an exchange student, one was an old woman, who was probably younger than I am now, an old woman, and the other one was one of the fellows who runs one of the yakitori or maybe something else. I don't know, one of the yatai, the kiosk people, or whatever it is. I'm sorry?
Yakuza.
Yakuza. Thank you very much. Well, we don't want to. There's your wordsmith. He knows when it's good. He said it's good. You don't want to assume things, but certain people do know how to game a system to make a little extra guilt. The word got up that the exchange student, I think he was Indonesian, he wanted only to have an X-ray to make sure that his body was okay. The old woman, she wanted her eyeglasses replaced. Her glasses had been broken. But the yakitori guy, he said, my leg is a mess now. It hurt my leg. I can't work today. I make 200,000 yen today. It's a special day. And this is terrible. And of course, he never asked for that money, but he made a mention that 200,000 yen was his target for the day. So they said, you have to go downtown. So I had to go and face whatever was going on. So I drove my car down, and about 50 or 60 meters from, I could see them there. I saw the policeman being very officious with his clipboard, and Hiroshi was standing at attention, and the yakitori guy was flaunting his injury about 50 or 60 meters away. So I get out of the car, and remember the gikurigoshi?
Yeah.
So you don't get out of the car like chipper. So I opened the door, and I kind of put one leg out, and I took the other leg, put that out, and I got up and I kind of skipped up like that, and then you put your arms on the top of the door. You've been through this. If you've had a bad back, you know what this is about. And so I put it in, and I got up, and then I walked around the door, and I closed the door, and I start to walk down toward the scene of the accident. But I'm not like getting down there, as you would say in Japanese, teki-paki. I'm kind of going like, and it takes me forever to get down these 50 meters. By the time I get down there, the guy goes, hey, my leg is fine. He takes He takes off. And then we went to the police station to check this out, and the policeman said, okay, I said, okay, well, let's send the student to the hospital to have an x-ray. It's our responsibility. The old woman, great glasses, and he says, well, the kiosk guy said his leg is fine. So the other guy said, well, you better check. To the policeman, I said, don't check. He said it's fine, leave it alone. But he checked and it was all okay. I didn't fit into, I imagine it's because I did not fit into any role he could maneuver through, so he was gone. So that's the story. And it's not a very good story, I admit. Wait, but when we don't have a good story, what you do is you pull out something like, what do you say, what's the word?
Moral? A big finish?
A moral? Yeah.
Background music.
There you go.
No, wait. No, what do you call it? A public service announcement.
Oh.
Let this be known to you guys that when these firemen who were in charge, they were mandated with traffic control, who lifted the rope, who said go ahead, and who missed the whole thing, because of their mistake, we have a big deal here. They are not responsible in any way.
Right.
You know, they're not responsible. There's no responsibility there. So when a guy from the gas station says, go ahead, take your time, or any parking lot, because they're not responsible, what happens after that? Okay, that's the public service announcement.
Good point.
So tonight we have, we're going to go for a lot of open mic tonight. It's kind of open mic is what we were after tonight. But all of a sudden, 3 or 4 people anyway, said they want to tell stories. And the last person to come up was Mike Barr. He said, I'm going to do something tonight. And Mike Barr, I always love when he opens because he wakes everybody up. And it's not going to be about a sprained back, I'm sure. Mike, would you like to come up?
Oh, sure.
Okay, Mike Barr.